KidGopher is a secure child pickup system that we developed. We felt there was a need inside the elementary school environment to help secure when parents actually come and pick up their children in the afternoon. We recognized that was a most vulnerable part of their day, of the child's day. And the days of the placard in the windows or the bullhorns out front just did not provide a really strong environment to ensure that the right people were picking up these small kids. So we used technology to be able to create this secure child pickup system, work with several school districts to put something together, and it's really been quite interesting. It uses technology such as RFID, Wi-Fi of course, a lot of web technologies and application technologies, and really provides a very simple user interface for the teachers and for the administrator to use. Why did we develop KidGopher? I think the question really should be why not? As technologists that work for educators, we have the opportunity to both secure and to educate that environment using technology. And when you have statistics that 1 in every 40 seconds there's a child reported missing, or over 2,000 a day in the United States, and that part of their day is one of the most vulnerable, especially when you have custody issues and things of that nature that are coming up all the time that school officials are not aware of, and then a potential accident happens. We can use this technology to really help reduce those numbers greatly. I think the good part about it is that we can use it as a preventative tool. So we're not just reacting. There are some reactive tools we have inside KidGopher, but we also prevent that pickup from ever happening, that illegal pickup, if you will, from ever happening. So that's exciting to be able to be on that part of the whole process of securing a child as they go home, is to prevent it from ever happening. Some of the benefits of KidGopher is that no longer do we have to rely on the teacher, who may or may not be there for the school day, to memorize the faces and the names of the people who are coming to pick up. Is this grandma? Is this grandpa? Is this a carpool driver? Did mom and dad love each other in November and not love each other in March? Whatever the situation may be. No longer does that have to be the responsibility of the teacher that's out there, which is tremendous. Now we can use technology to be able to track all that information and verify it via photo identification, and to be able to help them, assist them in that process. And God forbid that teacher is out for the day and we have a substitute who knows nothing about the parents that are coming and picking up the children. The process and the integrity of that process just goes out the window. So by using KidGopher or similar technologies, we are able to give confidence to the teacher as she's processing those children to know they're getting in the right vehicle. So I guess that would be a primary benefit, is that confidence are given to the school district, reducing the liability the school district would have, but also ensuring that the parents that, okay, it's going to be the right person, the one that's authorized to do this, the one that's the valid parent, or the valid carpool driver, or the daycare driver. Things are right, and then the parent knows they did get in the vehicle at proper time and went through they're supposed to. I felt with KidGopher we have an opportunity that in the event that there's a custodial issue with a child, maybe a father has a violent past and there's been a divorce or anything that may have happened, that if for some reason that information has not been put into the system at KidGopher, which it is real time, but it just for some reason some policy or some communication error hasn't happened, we already have the child's photograph, we have the vehicle information of the person that picked them up, we have the pickup's photo, we have the time they were picked up, and of course we have the place because that was a school. So we felt we had a great advantage to be able to act as a catalyst for the process, of tracking a child that's been abducted. Normally the process that we've been told by law enforcement, hour and a half to 2 hours, because it's very much a manual process to report an endangered child. And we felt like we can expedite that with our system. So we have now developed an endangered child module to KidGopher that in the event of an unauthorized pickup, and this becomes a child that is endangered, then we can actually expedite that information to the law authorities to help them, if it's just an endangered child alert or it ends up escalating to an Amber Alert, they can have that information within minutes as opposed to hours. Initially, when we announced and released KidGopher at the Digital Signage Expo in Las Vegas earlier this year, we had really one version. It was an enterprise version because the school districts we had been working with would have 10, 15, 20 elementary schools that were part of their organization. And we soon found out that we had a lot of smaller school districts, maybe even private schools, that really wanted to be able to utilize the features of KidGopher, but did not justify it with having the enterprise server and the infrastructure required. So we decided to offer a SaaS model, software as a service, that we call KidGopher Cloud. And what it does is it doesn't require any kind of head-end electronics or server equipment. You can have it with just the iPod Touch and different components like that. And allows us smaller school districts to get into it for a yearly fee as opposed to having that full head-end. So really the two systems we're offering now is the enterprise system, which is really suitable for school districts that have maybe 5 or more schools inside their organization. It becomes very cost-effective, and there's some additional features associated with that. And then we have KidGopher Cloud, which is an online service that works through the internet to the school, to the devices that are running the KidGopher process, and becomes a lot less expensive option for them. It also gets them started with KidGopher too, so they can end up going from the cloud-based service to the enterprise pretty seamlessly. You know, there's a very seamless process of going from one to the other. So we feel like it's a really good comprehensive offering that can really serve all 98,000 elementary schools that we have in the United States right now. The necessary equipment required to be able to run KidGopher on the cloud version is simply an iPod Touch, an iPad, and some type of digital signage player like maybe a Mac Mini by Apple or some PC. And those are for the digital signage aspect of it, plus a check-in and check-out of the child. On the enterprise version, the only additional equipment there is the enterprise server. And that allows you to run your digital signage as well as the KidGopher from a centralized location like a district office or maybe one of the schools. But we try to minimize the amount of equipment we have for both solutions, so the really magic happens inside the software. It's not really the hardware. So we want the hardware to be very open, very flexible, very available off the shelf, and very inexpensive. So it allows every school to be able to take advantage of the solution as opposed to just the select ones that have the means to be able to do that. So we try to make it very, very easy to be able to implement. We're very honored at CQ Media to be able to win the Best of Digital Signage Expo Award for the most innovative software product. And I think for us it kind of affirms that what we're doing is really good direction. You know, you're helping save a child's life or make sure they're secure, and it makes you wonder, why wasn't this done before? And I think we're just really proud to be the first ones. I think what's most exciting about KidGopher is it is in fact a preventative tool. The victory is when we actually find or we identify that invalid pickup or parent that is coming through the line before they even come in contact with the child. So, if we've got a scenario that would happen to where that is a violent past parent or something that a teacher may have not found or not have identified because they've been there before. Big KidGopher, because the information that was stored in the database, because of whatever the court had said that has been put into the system, has prevented that pickup from happening. That is what's most exciting portion of this whole thing, is that's where the win comes from. It's not actually in the process after the child has been picked up, it's before they even get in contact with the child.